Okay, hello. Okay, today we are doing a product spotlight on a full makeup look because I thought what better way to kick us off in this video than to go through all of my favorite products that I use on a regular basis when I'm doing a full face of makeup. So the first thing that I always start with is foundation primer. If you're not familiar with primer, I always tell people it's like, think about a time you've ever painted a canvas or a wall. And you know, the first layer, it always just sucks up every little bit of paint and you see every spot through it. I remember we painted our basement and when we were done, you could see everywhere that we needed to add more paint. And that's why you would prime a wall. Same thing with your face. If you don't use the primer, you are going to see every wrinkle, every pore, every spot on your face that bothers you, you're going to see through your foundation because you don't have that top layer to fill in everything. And the great thing about the Mary Kay primer is that it is SPF 15, so it protects your skin anyway. And my favorite thing about it is how soft and silky it feels. It honestly feels like you put nothing on except when you're spreading it and you're like, oh, it's the softest thing ever, and you just like want to rub your face all day. So this is a great product. Even if you're not wearing a full face of makeup, you can still wear the foundation primer if you love it that much. But it protects your skin, it fills in your skin, and it gives you that extra layer to start your day. So that's the first thing, foundation primer first. Now we have new foundations that came out this spring. I love the tube, look how sleek they are. And this is nice, you can use basically the size of this. You could take this anywhere with you that you might need to do a touch-up, but honestly you don't even need to do a touch-up. So the way I put on foundation is I honestly just put it right on my brush. I don't like messing around here. I want to get right on the brush, save it all for my face. I do a spot on my forehead, nose, cheek, chin, and cheeks, and then I do one on my eyes too because at the end I want to be able to blend it all through my eyes. And you don't need very much. As you'll see, this is going to blend in pretty well. And a good foundation you're going to have is going to look like nothing is even on your skin. It just makes your skin look more flawless. So if you have foundation where you see the line, then it's not your shade. So you want to make sure your shade blends everything together and it doesn't look like you even have anything on. And if you need foundation matched, ask me or your consultant. If I'm your consultant, obviously you're going to ask me, but if you are someone else's consultant, make sure you talk to them and get your perfect foundation match. We also have an AI tool on our websites, so you can use that and find your perfect shade that way too. If you use the AI tool, just make sure that you are in really good lighting to get the best shade for yourself. Okay, so next, so I have that done. Then I'm going to come in and I'm going to use eyeshadow, but before I do that, I'm going to tell you how they work if you are not familiar with these. This is the medium size compact. This is the largest size. I have both. One for traveling, one for every day. But I'll show you this one. So what's nice about them is that everything is magnetic. You just pick the shades that you like, fill it in. When you're ready, it has the eyeshadow and the blush, highlight and contour in these. But my favorite that I use almost every day are the eyeshadow sticks. I have two shades here. We have 5 total. I like to use 2 of them because I do like to have the extra blending. And what's great is they just swipe right on. So you could do a single shade, like this would be perfect. I could just do this one if I'm going out. And then like I said, I'm gonna do 2 though because I want the extra shade here. And you can see how creamy they are. They go on so smoothly. They last all day. They don't get stuck in the creases or anything like that of your eyes. So that one is more of a champagne color. And then I like to match that one with this bronzy shade. And I just start on the outside, bring it in a little bit on both sides. And then you can either use your finger to blend it in, or we have a cream color brush. And you just blend it in with that. I did forget one step here, so I'm going to come back here in just a minute to finish my eyes. But the step that I forgot here is with the same brush, the cream color brush, the under eye corrector. Sometimes I just do under eye corrector on its own. You don't need very much of it. I love this little tube. Just a tiny little dollop goes on your brush. Teeny tiny a bit. And then do a spot under each eye. And then I just blend it in the rest of the way with the brush. And the reason that you want to use an under eye corrector instead of a concealer under your eyes to even out the darkness is, one, you need less product, but also because with concealer, you're not actually getting rid of the dark circles, you're just covering them, and eventually it'll look really cakey and heavy because you're gonna keep applying more. So what's great about under eye corrector is it's a peach tone, so it actually neutralizes and cancels out the darkness. Peach is the opposite of purple and blue on the color wheel, so that's the reason it works. So already, I feel like that has brightened everything up. Now, I already put my eyeshadow on. Usually I do the under eye corrector first. I just got a little out of step here because I'm so excited about making the video for you. So I have the 2 shades of the eyeshadow. So these you can layer. You can also layer them with powder, which is nice. If you wanted to add a little bit extra with that, you can do it that way. But I like to just use the stick by themselves. Sometimes just 1 color, sometimes 2 colors. And then the last piece here, or the next piece, not the last, the next, is eyeliner. I love the eyeliner pencils. And what's great about these, the ends come off so you can sharpen them as needed. And we have these in black. My personal favorite is the brown. If you've never tried brown eyeshadow, give it a try because it gives you the definition without going overboard and being too dark. And then we also have blue, if you like having some extra color. It's like a dark navy blue. And we have steely gray. Okay, so I'm going to use the brown. And when you put on eyeliner, you want to start on the outer edge because if you do get a little bit bigger spot, it's totally fine to do that because you're going to blend out. So start out here. If you need to hold your eye down, you can do that too, but I try to get right in along the line. And I personally just do the tops, but if you like to do the bottoms, then you'll also want to do the tops as well. Okay. And these are waterproof, so they're creamy. They are not going anywhere once you get them blended in. You have about 10 to 20 seconds to get them blended just how you want them. Then they set the rest of the day. So you do have a little bit of time to play around with the shade. Once it's set though, you don't have to worry about it again. And then we will add mascara, but we'll do that in just a minute. So the next step though that I want to add in is blush. And if you haven't used Mary Kay brushes, what's great about our brushes is that they are all labeled so you know exactly how to use them. But I'm going to put blush on next. So you just do Smile is going to come in here right on the apple of your cheek. Dab, blend back. Okay, and then after you do your blush, then we're going to come in with Silky Setting Powder. If you have not tried Silky Setting Powder, this also is one of my favorites. I sometimes just use this, even if I'm not doing a full face. I love the feel of the powder, especially if you have oily skin. It's a great one to help tone down the oil. It helps everything set better throughout the day. It keeps the shine down. And because our powder is infused with plant emollients, it's actually really hydrating and not going to over dry your face out. So do that one here. So I like to just blend it around. If you really want everything to set, get on your brush and you can just dab it in and it will stay even longer. So you can do either the brush around like you saw me do it first, or you can do the dab. So there's 2 ways to put it on. It comes in a carton like this, open it up, tap, 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 sits in the top, and you are ready to go. Now we're gonna come back, that all of the powders are done, we're gonna come back with the mascara. This is the Ultimate Mascara. If you are looking for mascara that's not gonna go anywhere, all of our mascaras you could wear anytime, anywhere, they're never gonna go, they're not gonna run. I've cried in all of them and never had an issue. I'm totally a crier, if you can't tell. This one, the Ultimate Mascara, is mascara that has been around basically forever. I mean, everybody loves this one. We also have a lengthening mascara. We have a waterproof. We have the lash intensity if you want it to look like you have false lashes. And we have the new Define and Lift as well. I love all of them. But this is the one that is in my pile for today to use. So this is the look. And then, of course, you can't finish the look without either. If you don't like to use color for your lips, lip balm, always a go-to. Or if you want to add some color, lipstick. So there you go. Here is my look for the day. So quick, so easy, and a little bit of everything right here. So I hope that you enjoy our Mary Kay makeup products. If you need help picking out colors, if you need help figuring out foundation shades, anything at all, we are here to help you. Ask your consultant. We will walk you through every step, and we also have virtual options if you cannot meet with us in person. So I hope you have a great day. Thanks for checking us out.